everyone. I am coming to you from North Carolina instead of Cancun, Mexico. So, if you missed this, it's of course being recorded and you can see it online at a later date. But I wanted to just make sure I'm doing this right. Welcome to TikTok Live. Here, fun interacting with the host in real time. We're notifying viewers that you're live. Okay, great. Okay, keep going. We're letting more. Okay, cool. So my channel is mainly or predominantly about medical tourism, tummy tuck, chin lifts, and anything domestically and internationally having to do with cosmetic surgery. I have been in the industry for a few years regarding, I've had Airbnbs, and so now I branched out and got my, my license for a travel agency, and then I've added this in for providing services for women that are wanting to do international and domestic cosmetic surgery. So, just a little bit about my journey. I started this journey 24 years ago. I had twins, and for those of you that have had multiples or those that have lost a lot of weight, you do have what they call a lot of loose skin. After twins, it's called twin skin, and you can Google it and look it up. It looks like just a lot of wrinkled skin, and I have always wanted to have that skin removed. And life takes you on these crazy journeys, and finally, after 24 years, my kids are out of the house, I'm working remotely. I figured, you know what, I'm going to do this. So I did a lot of research. I did a year's worth of research on doctors. I went to several doctors here in North Carolina, and then I did like 10 different doctors in internationally. I looked at doctors in Panama, Mexico City, Baja, Mexico, and then I finally landed on this one particular doctor in Cancun. And he's the one I finally went with. And when you're looking for a doctor for your cosmetic surgery, you definitely want to look for a doctor that is board certified, that you connect with, and you know, you may connect with a different doctor or for whatever reason. But my main reason for going with my doctor is because we had a good communication. Everybody in his office speaks English and Spanish, so it was easy to communicate with them, and that was one of the main reasons I went with them. And also they're board certified, and the fact that we did several Zoom calls. You know, I had to send pictures prior. We did several Zoom calls, and they assessed my body and, you know, told me their recommendations, and I told them what I wanted to have. And so that's what we went with, is, well, that's who I went with. I didn't go with the cheapest surgeon. I didn't go with the most expensive surgeon. He was kind of right in the median, and I went with him, you know, because I just felt most comfortable with him, and it was a good fit for me. So when you're looking, do your research and just find the doctor that's going to be the best fit for you. So that's a little bit about how I found my doctor, and I'll let you know my doctor's name is Victor Samano, and you can Google his name. He's an excellent doctor. His office manager is Alex. Tell Alex I sent you. They did a fantastic job, and I can tell you I loved going internationally for my cosmetic surgery. And I know people say, but it's in Mexico, that's so scary. But you know what? There's bad surgeons here in the United States also. Again, I say do your research, make sure he's certified. The surgery's in a hospital, a reputable hospital. I know Alex, the office manager, was telling us that there's surgeries that are done in clinics and they do 5 and 6 surgeries in a day. You also want to make sure your surgeon is not doing but 1 surgery in a day, because I had my surgery was the tummy tuck muscle repair, and I had lipo on my flanks, and that takes about 5 to 6 hours. So you don't want a surgeon that's going to be on his feet for 5 to 6 hours for 2 and 3 people, because there's just mistakes that are going to happen with that. So you definitely want to ask your doctor how many procedures they do in a day, and make sure it's just 1, because you don't want to have any mistakes with this type of surgery, because it is a major surgery. I wanted to go over a couple of different questions. Oh, first I wanted to say I am doing a giveaway today on one of the items. In one of my videos, I talk about one of the main things you're going to need when you have a tummy tuck, muscle repair, or any abdominal surgery is the Shiwi. And if you are not familiar with a Shiwi, it is this little contraption here. And this thing is phenomenal. So I'm going to do a giveaway, and what I'm going to need to have you do is I think I was going to do the number 25 person that types in Shiwi, they're going to be the winner. So if you're on, go ahead, type in Shiwi, number 25. I'll get this mailed out to you. Actually, this one's mine. The one that I have is a brand new one, of course, and it's green. So I'll mail that out to you, and I'll get your address through correspondence after this. So after you get your faja on after the surgery, I mean, you're going to have accidents and tinkle on yourself. So this was phenomenal to have, because you just put it right down there in between the faja and right up next to your skin, and you tinkle and you don't have any messes on your faja, which was phenomenal. So, and you know, you're having enough trouble going to the bathroom, so this thing is an absolute must. So also there's a link on my TikTok page to my website where you can purchase one of those. They're not crazy expensive, but I will swear by those that you would definitely need it. I had a girlfriend that actually had the same surgery done, and she was telling me about how, you know, she said, go and get you, what do you call it, Chick-fil-A cups, because they're big and they're going to be just perfect. I was like, there is got to be an easier way, a better way than a Chick-fil-A cup. So I found these and think they're phenomenal. So you can order them straight from my website. I have a whole list of things that I found that were really excellent for using for surgery. And I'll go over all those, but I first wanted to just kind of go down questions that people have sent me on my TikTok since I've had my tummy tuck and my chin lift. So why did I have it done? And if you heard the beginning of my journey, is I had twins. I had all this loose skin, and it didn't matter how many people said to me, you just need to exercise more. Well, I needed to have the muscle repair also, because that was stretched beyond elasticity to go back. So why? Well, I'm 52 years old, so my skin is only sagging more. It's not sagging less. So this young lady says, what are we talking about? We're talking about medical tourism, tummy tucks, chin lifts, and any questions you might have about going internationally or domestically, having these procedures done. So that's what we're talking about tonight. So if you have any other questions, definitely shoot them to me and I will answer them. So why I had it done, because I've always wanted to have it done since I was 24 years old, and since it's been 24 years since my twins were born, and I've always wanted to have it done because I had such excessive sagging skin. Someone says, well, you're too old, you're 52 years old. You are never too old to have surgery done if it's going to help you feel better until you are 6 feet under. So if you want to have any kind of procedures done to help you feel better about yourself, absolutely. The cost for my surgery for the tummy tuck was $5,200, and then my chin lift was another $2,000. And people say, well, what is a chin lift? Well, it's a lower face lift, basically. And if you saw some of my other earlier videos, I'm a very severe bruiser. So I have bruising, you know, all over my eyes and the side of my face. And you can still see I still have a little bit of bruising there. So, and I had my eyelid surgery last year, and I had severe black eyes from it. So I knew I was going to have a lot of bruising. And so that's to be expected. Some girls bruise, some don't bruise at all. I had one girl say to me, you know, that doctor butchered you. And I was like, no, he didn't. I just bruise very easily, and I fully expected it. So, but I've had other girls say, I've had the exact same surgery, I did not bruise at all. So it just depends on your genetic makeup. So that was the cost of mine. It's going to vary. Again, I didn't go with the cheapest surgeon, but I didn't go with the most expensive surgeon either. So again, it's going to be what surgeon best fits you. Would you do it again? Someone asked me, and I said, absolutely. I wish I'd done it sooner. I had somebody ask me, did you try firming creams? And I kind of laughed at that because I'm 52 and I have tried everything from exercise, creams, gels, not only on my chin, but on my, you know, my skin for firming. Absolutely. I've tried everything. Of course, nothing's going to help when your skin is stretched beyond, you know, its elasticity. So, how did you find your doctor? I found my doctor, of course, on the internet, but I did, again, do all my research to make sure that he was board certified in a reputable hospital, and, you know, you just have to find the one that's the best fit for you. I had someone ask, do they give you narcotics? They absolutely do give you narcotics. And then someone also asked, can you take the narcotics home with you? Yes. The great thing about having procedures done internationally is in Mexico, you don't have to have a prescription for your medications. The doctor's office gave me, like, I think 3 boxes of narcotics or painkillers, and I didn't use but two of the boxes. And then I kind of graduated off and went to, you know, Tylenol. But if you do run out, you can go to any pharmacy, and there's so many pharmacies, I mean, ones you can just walk to, that you just walk in, show them what you need. They usually will have 2 to 3 on the shelf. They don't ever keep any more than that. If they don't have it, you could go to the next pharmacy and say, this is what I need. So you don't have to have a prescription, which I thought was phenomenal. If you want to bring those medications back into the country, you can definitely do that. You can't bring more than 3 boxes of, you know, a painkiller or any kind of medication back, just because, you know, that's the law. TSA is definitely going to check if you have more than 3 boxes of any medication coming back. How long did you stay in Mexico? I actually stayed in Mexico for a full month, because my husband and I, we work remotely, so we were able to do that. My doctor's office told me that they did, the majority of the people that come to them are international people coming for plastic surgery, and the average stay is about 2 weeks. And a lot of them will stay, and then they'll go back and have someone else take out their stitches. But you can have your stitches taken out at 2 weeks. I actually told my doctor, you know, I'd rather wait, and took my stitches out at 3 weeks. And because I was staying a month, I was in no rush to have them taken out. In some of my other videos, you can see I'm using a wheelchair. You don't have to have a wheelchair. You can definitely have a walker. And the reason I have the wheelchair is because I had a walker going down to Cancun. And from North Carolina, from Greensboro to Charlotte, it got lost. It did not get put on the plane. American Airlines has replaced it. They're fabulous in replacing it, so I'm very grateful for that. But we got down there, and my husband decided he was just going to buy a wheelchair because I have a bad foot. I'm getting ready to have surgery on that. I'm going to use the wheelchair for that. But when they decided they wanted to go out somewhere, it was just easier for them to put me in the wheelchair and push me around to go out to dinner than me trying to walk and keep up with them. So that's why I had the wheelchair. So on my website, I do have a walker that you can purchase. But the one thing I did like about having the wheelchair is that it was, when I first started walking, I could only walk short bits, and then it was great that I had the wheelchair because I could sit down, rest for a few minutes, and then get back up and keep going. So, and then when my husband wanted to push me along quicker than I could walk, that was another bonus for him having the wheelchair. But, so the walker I have on my website has the little chair in it, so you can, sit down and rest. But that's definitely something you want to look into getting if you're going to have this surgery, because right after the surgery, you were not able to stand up straight. You were literally, almost at a 90-degree angle. And that will last, a week, 2 weeks. At 2 weeks, I was able to stand up. To others, it looked like I was standing up straight, although to me, I could tell I was not fully standing up straight. I've had people say, it feels so weird because I have no filling in my stomach where your skin is. And that's true because they've pulled your skin completely away from your muscle to pull all of that skin down. Your stomach is completely numb. And tomorrow I will be 6 weeks out from my surgery. So you definitely are going to be numb for, 3 months to 6 months. And I can tell you where your incision is, you may not ever get any filling back. I had cesarean with my twins, and 24 years later, it still kind of itches sometimes, and it's completely numb. I have no filling in that incision. So I fully expect that with my incision from my tummy tuck and from my chin lift from that incision, because it's still numb. So, just something to expect. It's going to be numb. It's going to feel weird, but just something to think about if you're looking into this type of surgery. How long before you could stand up straight? Again, it was like 2 weeks before I could actually stand up. It looked like I was standing up straight, but I could feel it wasn't. And the main reason I couldn't stand up all the way is because right here on my sternum is where they did the anchor sutures to do my muscle repair, to pull all that in. And so it really pulled right here. And so that was the difficult part, is right there. And plus your faja is pressing right up, onto that point right there. So that was painful. But, and it's hard to take a full deep breath in because, your sternum has all that pressure there. This is a funny question that people ask, and I see this on the Facebook sites that I'm on for tummy tucks, is how do you wipe your ass? So I did a little video about it, but I didn't post it. So anatomically, you have your rectum, your butthole, then you have the little piece of skin in between your butthole and your vagina, and that's called your perineum. And you are actually going to reach in between your legs, because unless you've got some serious skills and you are able to reach behind you after you have abdominal surgery, tummy tuck, any kind of abdominal surgery, you've got some crazy skills to be able to reach around to your butthole. So you're going to actually reach in between your legs and pull forward from your butthole to the perineum. Don't, of course, want to pull it into your vagina because you don't want to have any, UTIs. So that's how you actually wipe your butt when you have a tummy tuck or, any abdominal surgery. Also, if you have a bidet, I have a bidet here at my house and I absolutely loved it. And I was surprised we didn't have one down in Mexico, and I hated that because that would have helped 10 times more than, you know, trying to, you know, wipe your butt. So, those are the main questions that people have asked me about tummy tuck surgery. I will say, you know, if you notice in some of my videos, I'm still wearing my glasses funny. It's because on this side's pretty much healed up, but on this side I have a little bit of a scab right here. It's because my glasses keep knocking it off, which absolutely sucks. So I keep wearing my glasses kind of up like this, kind of funky like my dad does, and he's 88 years old. So anyway, on my website, there's a lot of different items that you'll definitely want to look into getting, and I made it easy for purchase on my website. One of the big things is one of these towel wraps, because, let me get my paper out of the way. These towel wraps with the elastic, because you wrap it around you after you have your surgery and you come out and you're holding, right after your surgery, you still got your tubes. And if you let your tubes just hang and drop, first off, it's going to be so painful once they drop. So you're still holding those, trying to hold your towel closed and dry off. So these things are great because you can just, you know, Velcro it. And then I also put on my website safety pins, and actually my doctor gave me safety pins because he was like, just safety pin your tubes, your drain lines up onto your faja. Lost my thought there. But right after I got out of the shower, I wanted to dry off, because you don't want to rake a towel across, you know, your incision, because you still have the stitches. So I would put the wrap towel on, and then I would safety pin those drain lines onto the bottom of my towel, and they wouldn't drop, and my hands were free to, you know, dry off, put a towel around my head and dry off. So that's, you know, the safety pins, the wrap, definite things you'll want to have for having a tummy tuck surgery. I also put on my website these little travel pillows, because you are going to be sleeping, sitting up for several weeks. And this is fantastic to be able to, you know, have your pillows angled up and then have this. So you'll definitely want to have this for sleeping. Let's see, black towels, black pillowcases, black sheets. You'll definitely want to use those. We stayed in an Airbnb, and of course they had all white, and there's a reason for hotels and Airbnbs having white towels, because everybody associates white with clean, so that's why they have it. But I did purchase black towels because I was so afraid of getting blood on the Airbnb hotel, not hotel, but their towels, and I just didn't want that to happen, because we have Airbnbs, and I hate it when people do that. They don't take it in consideration that, you know, I mean, it's part of the business, you know, but still, I didn't want to have blood get on their towels. So purchasing black towels, sheets, pillowcases, things like that. The loose dresses that I've got on my website, I call them granny dresses. They're definitely very loose, easy to throw over the fajas. You're going to be wearing those fajas for 8 weeks. So something very loose to throw over it. And they have pockets too, so which is fantastic. So you'll want to definitely purchase those. Because I had the chin lift, if you look in some of my earlier videos, I was not able to open my mouth right after surgery, so the straws for my protein shakes were great. So I put those on there. The dresses that I've got, I did on my website pretty much all black and blue, just because I bought a peach one because that's, I like the color peach. And I was so angry because one of my stitches leaked and I had blood on it. And so, kind of ruined. But something you'll want to think about also when you have this surgery is when you're wearing your faja, you're going to want to put like a tank top or a cami underneath and then underneath your faja, because the faja is so tight that it's going to rub you raw. So my doctor that came to our Airbnb, he told me about that because the very first night I didn't have on a tank top or t-shirt or anything. And so yeah, I've got those on my website also in black and blue, because you may not have any blood leak, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Something I did also want to talk about is that when people talk about, oh, it's in Mexico, the surgery, I hear so many scary stories. There's scary stories in the United States also, and I've heard scary stories from international all the way to local in North Carolina where I am. So you just have to do your research and make sure you have a good surgeon, and they're certified and the hospital's certified. But I will say in Mexico, Cancun, the doctor I used, their procedures that they do is you go home the day after surgery. However, their doctor comes to your Airbnb or your hotel every other day and checks on you, checks on your drains, changes your bandages, checks on your stitches, which you don't get that in the United States. Home visits, no. And they were adamant that if we needed anything, if we needed them to come back more, they would. And I know my sister called them in the middle of the night because she had a question. She wasn't sure, and they answered and gave them the answer to her question, because she was, she's a nurse, she's a midwife at Duke, and she was just worried. So they definitely will answer your questions at all hours. But I have phenomenal care in Cancun, Mexico, and I, thought it was fantastic. So if you're looking to do any kind of, cosmetic surgery, tummy tuck, chin lift, breast augmentation, there's great doctors here domestically in the United States, but there's also phenomenal doctors internationally. The one I had in Mexico, I highly recommend Dr. Victor Samano. So he was great. Something that my business we do is we can book the doctors for you. We can book your hotel, your flight, because I started out in the Airbnb business. I can get your Airbnb booked, your hotel booked. But once I had my Airbnb business, then I added on the travel agency side of it. And so we can book your flights and get you good deals. But we can also set you up with whatever doctor. If you're looking to do any dental work also, they do that internationally also. We're well equipped to set you up with a doctor and all your travel and lodging that you need to have. And that also is on my website. It takes you to the link for my travel agency website. But you can also shoot me a message, ask me any question, help you get booked wherever you need to get booked. But I do this because I love what I do in the Airbnb industry and also the travel agency side. But also I had such a wonderful positive experience with my cosmetic surgery, my tummy tuck, that I want others to experience. And there's scary stories here in the United States and internationally. So you just have to do your research and make sure you have a great doctor and one that you feel comfortable with. So that is all I have that I wanted to go over tonight. We're about half an hour. So again, if Number 25, I haven't gone through. I was going to have my daughter kind of help me with these to see what was number 25. But number 25, I cannot tell. I have to go back through these to see which one will get the, the little shiwi from the drawing. So, yeah. So if you want the shiwi for your surgery, just write shiwi in the comment column and we will draw one, number 25. We'll get this mailed out to you. So if you have any other questions, just shoot me a question and I'll be happy to answer it. If you need help with bookings, I'll be happy to help with that too. So until next time, just keep in tune with my next tip of the day that I like to give for medical tourism and tummy tucks, Airbnbs, and bookings. I'll be glad to help you. So we will see you later, and thanks for tuning in.